What actually led to the siege of Troy? In the deep forest that clothes Mount Ida, not far from the strong city of Troy, Paris, son of King Priam, watched his father's flocks by night. Suddenly through the dim woods he saw a light, as if the golden sun and silver moon shone both together. And lo, in the radiance of this light there stood before him the three fairest of the goddesses: queenly Hera, wise Athena, and lovely Aphrodite. Like music stealing through the trees came the soft voice of Hera.
Paris, to you do we come for judgment. Tell us which of us is the fairest of all. To whom would you give this golden apple?
If you grant the prize of loveliness to me, Hera,
queen of goddesses and wife of mighty Zeus, king of all the gods, I shall give you immeasurable power. You will be the king of the lands from where the grey dawn rises, and to where the red sun goes down. 100 people shall call you Lord.
She was silent, and the voice of Athena, fair and pure as a silver moonbeam, broke the stillness of the starless night.
To me award the prize. And wise as the gods you will be. With me as your friend and guide, all things will be possible for you.
Last of all, standing in a rosy light as of the dawning sunlight in the spring, spoke Aphrodite.
What are power and wisdom, fair Paris? Wisdom and power bring no joy at last. I will give you love, and you shall have the fairest woman in all the world for your wife.
The melody of her voice still in his ears as he gazed spellbound on her face of wondrous beauty, Paris handed the golden prize to Aphrodite. Hera and Athena, filled with rage, vowed to take revenge, and made all the gods pledge themselves to aid them in their vengeance. So it was that the wrath of gods came upon him. Paris sailed across far seas with Aphrodite as his guide and reached Sparta, where Menelaus was king. He was an ideal king and lived happily with Helen, his queen, the fairest of all women in his kingdom. They had a daughter, Hermione. When Paris reached Sparta, he was given a warm welcome by Menelaus. He looked more handsome than any mortal man, and when he looked at Helen, he knew that there was no woman half so fair as her in the whole world. Then Aphrodite cast her magic upon Helen. No longer did Helen love her husband, nor did she remember little Hermione, her own dear child. Paris whispered words of love to Helen, begged her to flee with him and be his wife. Helen went with him gladly, and to Troy. Menelaus was furious when he found out that Paris had stolen his fair wife from him. He went to his elder brother Agamemnon, overlord of all the Greeks, and told his grievous tale. And from far and wide did the Greeks gather, ready to cross the seas to Troy to restore Helen to her husband. The siege of Troy, brought about by the fatal beauty of Helen, queen of Sparta, wreaked 10 long years of war and caused much spilling of blood and loss of life of noted warriors.